What is up, groovy fish tube viewers? Today is the day. I know I've been waiting for it. Probably you have too. We're going to talk about hashtag Project Poecilia and those getting special recognition because they uploaded some of their wonderful and artistic creative creations on the Facebook group Project Poecilia. If you haven't checked into that yet, it's not too late. Get on over there on Facebook, Project Poecilia. See what I'm talking about. Although recognition's being given today, the Project Poecilia is going to go on and on. I know behind the scenes, there's side deals, side trades, events. I can't talk about that today. That's not why we're here, but things are going on. Guppies will be traded. Guppies will probably be sold, because we're a community that appreciates our Poecilia, a group of live bearers. I think commonly you would say the Poecilia are mollies, but they include the guppies and Endlers. And we got this thing kicked off because moi had the idea of promoting the guppy because it offers so much to the hobby, such as it's a good entry gateway for people who haven't kept fish before. It teaches propagation, it teaches husbandry, and it's beautiful. And the babies, if you keep them alive past their quarantine and you get your system cycled, boom, you're going to be raising guppies. You're going to be a guppy farmer. People raise these things in 5-gallon buckets. I mean, you can look on YouTube and find guppy farms made mainly of 5-gallon buckets. So, such a cool fish. I decided to talk about it, to promote it. Several YouTubers jumped on board, not the least of which, maybe the most of which, was Fish Room Fever. I see him in the chat wearing a blue wrench and a beautiful koi sticker, because not only is he a moderator, but also a member. Thank you very much, James, for all you do around here and help promoting the River Life brand. James said, I want to be like gasoline to that flame because I agree with what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're laying down. So he got a group together. You included so many wonderful people. I mean, we're talking about, I see the Fish Tank Barn here, also a member. Thank you for being here, Mike. Welcome aboard. We're talking about the Zen Ginger, Lefty 3213A, a couple of other people just pitching in effort and recognition, gifts and so forth. So a lot of effort went into this. A lot of content went out. A lot of viewership occurred because we started talking about it. And today it's my privilege and honor to release and reveal for the first time those that were selected for special recognition. You don't have to be up to speed on everything that's going on. You'll see I'm going to give a little recognition here. And then after the stream, I think we've got Fish Room Fever coming up. Is that right? And then we got the Facebook group. There's already a link. Fish Room Fever's posted a link in the chat. You head over there, you get completely caught up on what's he talking about if you haven't been following along. Okay, the Science Gal Aquatics is here. Great to have you, Carrie. I enjoyed being a guest on your live stream. You're a terrific host. And we had some wonderful conversation about not only guppies, but also koi and koi ponds. So thanks again for having me over there. You were a wonderful guest prior to that on my live stream. So the collaborations are just like a waterfall around here at the River Life YouTube channel. And that's the way I like it. I also see Tiffany White here, fellow Tennessean. Hello and good morning to you. Chevy Fish is here, ex-Scullyfish X. James Green and Gina French are on the top of my list right now as the chat continues to scroll. Looks like we have Dragon Layers here. Did I see a redfish bluefish post? I did, just outside of the first 10 commenters. Oh, the early birds got the worm. That's okay. You can get them next time. Great bunch of people. If I left your name out just now, I certainly didn't mean to. I see the Chubby Guppy and Pegasister Raina. James Green. Welcome to all you guys and all that I have them up at 929. Everyone that I will miss as we go forward. Apologies, and you are welcome. I just don't chew gum and walk at the same time very well. That's all. Not intending to leave anyone out. So it is 11:35. I'm in beautiful downtown Mountain Home, Tennessee. You are where you are, and we're here to talk about the winners. And I'm using some evasive language, recognition, participants. Just dodging some potholes that may be out there in the road that I don't know. But if you'll go over to the Facebook group, you'll see what we're talking about. We just mentioned the subject. You know what I'm talking about? Jen's woodworking and things. Rich T, you hear me? We were just wanting to promote the hobby. I love guppies. They were my first fish. I still keep them today. I'm still inspired by them. A lot of the river life art happens because in order to get to my art easel, I have to walk by the guppy tank, and I stop and I watch the guppies, and then I go to the easel, and I got guppy on my mind. That's just the way it is. Zarek Farm is in the house. Hello and welcome. So with all of that said, I wondered if others were inspired, like I am, by the humble guppy. Well, it's not so humble. It's actually quite fancy these days. And the answer is yes. And the evidence is over there at the Project Pocilia Facebook group. And so we asked people, hey, if you're inspired by the guppy, let us see how you're inspired. And we made this page. We being the universal we. I think actually Lefty 3213A and the Zen Ginger had most to do with the organization of that page, the upkeep, maintenance. Certainly there were, excellent followers. Chattanooga Ed, also one of the organizers. Can't leave him out. Thank you, Chattanooga Ed. So we're over there, and before you know it, we've got photographs, videos, paintings. We were open to poems, whatever, anything that was about we said Poecilia because Project Pocilia sounded good, but it was always with the guppy in mind. We just expanded. Okay, now there's some other livebearers that are Poecilia. That's fine. No worries. But I think you hear what I'm saying. We gathered content from anybody who wanted to drop it off there. And so we did see beautiful photographs, beautiful videos, beautiful art. It was pretty amazing. And so we just recognized a few out of that group. I'm going to give you the names of who we recognized. And I have got a special gift for these people that we're going to recognize. I just want to give them a gift from the River Life YouTube channel, letting them know how much I appreciate them participating in an event that was just voluntary, free. If you want to help promote the guppy, the livebearers, and the aquarium hobby, maybe draw some new aquarius to our hobby, or reinvigorate some that are already in it, or just find a like-minded group of people. Hey, I'm still inspired by guppies and livebearers. Come on over. And so they did. Fish Tank Barn dropping a super sticker. First bump for real, $2.99. Thank you, Mike. The Fish Tank Barn for the super sticker. And I know the Fish Tank Barn is an excellent livebearer keeper. Be sure you drop over there to the Fish Barn and check out some of Mike's content. He's got livebearers inside and livebearers outside. I think I may have also read on the interweb someplace that he has survived an attack from a group of rogue trash pandas, the raccoons, that did not cause damage to his outdoor tubs this time. Well, great. That's wonderful. All right. Now, let's move on with the recognition. We are perfect. We are on time, 11:39, and we're about to reveal some people who got some recognition from the event over there on Facebook, Project Pocilia. Okay, the first recognition I'm going to give is going to come along with an original River Life painting, okay? And the title of the painting is Guppydelic. And it's given to someone who's receiving recognition for the most inspiring submission over there at Project Pocilia. And this is an award, a recognition, and a painting that is brought to you by the River Life YouTube channel. Because I was inspired by the guppy, I get to pick out of all the entries which entry inspired me the most. And so I've done it. And here's the painting titled Guppy Delic. And the winner of this Guppy Delic Most Inspiring Recognition Award is Claire Pella. In case you didn't hear it the first time, I'll turn on the echo. Congratulations, Claire Pella. You've been recognized as contributing the most inspiring creative work, piece of content in Project Poecilia. And that was for a photograph of a very iridescent pallid guppy. It was so pretty. It was just haunting. It was so cool. 31 people watching here now. They're taking a look at Guppy Delic. Little award of recognition going out to Claire Pella for the most inspiring piece of content contributed to Project Poecilia over there on Facebook. Congratulations, Claire. Happy to recognize you and send a little token of my appreciation for your participation. I hope you enjoy that. That's a 5x7 canvas panel. Okay, up next, we're going to talk about, here you go. Recognized as the best in show. Wow. Wow. This is it. And this comes along with another gift from the River Life YouTube channel, an original painting titled Guptastic. Guptastic goes to the best in show. Here's what it looks like. And this has been awarded to HC Aqua. Congratulations, Jesse at HC Aqua, guppy breeder extraordinaire over in Hawaii. Check out his content on his YouTube channel, HC Aqua, and he contributed a stunning photograph to win Best in Show. He may get some other recognition. He may get some other recognition awards for that. You'll find out more over there at Project Poecilia on Facebook. Congratulations to those two guys right there, guys and gals. Claire Pella, most inspiring. HC Aqua, best in show. And that moves us up to, woot woot. Congrats, everybody. Let's see. Is Jesse here? Is HC Aqua in the house? Hello down the wormhole. Welcome. Congratulations to everybody, one and all. Heck yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to keep rolling. Is that okay with you? Thirsty Rabbit, thanks to you. Good day, good day. We've got some more recognition coming up right now. This one is, this one is for Best Picture. Okay. This one's called Guplosion. Guplosion is going out with this original painting by myself, right across, a gift from the River Life YouTube channel for your participation in Project Poecilia. You've been recognized as Best Picture. Now, let me tell you, the most inspiring award was one that I selected. The one that inspired me the most, I selected it. And you get the recognition, Claire Pella, for that. The best in show was voted on by a panel, and it was a very difficult decision. All of the entries were really good, and it made our jobs as panelists very difficult to say, which one do I like the best? And we did a point system, and the one with the most points, it wasn't rocket science, but it was very difficult. And I'm not aware of anything that was unanimous. Everyone had different tastes, different flavors. Every piece of content had value and found, some amount of love. And then at the end of the scoring, whichever one had the highest number actually won. And we're going to recognize those few, but please do go to Project Poecilia on Facebook, and you give recognition to everyone who contributed content for all of our enjoyment. It's excellent community work. So glad I got to participate. That said, back to Best Picture. Now I'm the River Life YouTube channel is only giving this recognition award for the best picture. It was voted on by the panel for the picture category photograph. And here's the painting that'll go along with that. It'll accompany that recognition. And the panel voted on the best picture. And the winner of that recognition is Pella. So the same photograph that was most inspiring to me apparently was very inspiring to the rest of the panel. So congratulations again, Pella. And you should go look at Pella's photograph that won 2 award recognitions, 2 paintings from the River Life YouTube channel. I'm just going to donate, and maybe some other things. Check it out over there on Facebook. It was an awesome fish. It was an awesome photograph. By the way, best in show to HC Aqua, also a photograph. Another stunner. Best in show. No matter what kind of content you uploaded, the very best of all the best was HC Aqua's photograph of a stunning guppy. Claire knocking it out of the ballpark over here. Pella, 2 recognitions. And that brings us up to this is going to be the 4th recognition. Oh, one of my favorites. You're going to know why right away. This gift of mine going out to the winner is called Guppies. And Guppies is being awarded to the best art. Best art is going to get this gift from the River Life YouTube channel titled Guppies. Here's what it looks like. And the best art voted on by the panel. And none of these were unanimous. We had multiple entries in each of the categories, and we just had to, everybody had to pitch in a score, and someone had to tally the scores and so forth. And so the best art recognition award goes to Chuck Harter. Chuck Harter, congratulations. You're the winner of the best art recognition in Project Poecilia. I'm going to give you this 5x7 canvas panel as a gift from the River Life YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy that. I certainly enjoyed your art. It was beautiful work. Thank you for submitting that. I think you guys will like that too. If you go over and look at Chuck Harter's art he submitted for Project Poecilia, I think you're going to enjoy that one too. I don't know if I've seen any of the winners in the chat. Someone bring my attention to that. If not, maybe they'll enjoy the replay. Thanks for the applause and the recognition, the congratulations going out to these winners. What an effort. What an effort. Not only taking part by enjoying and supporting what's going on when the fish tube community, the YouTube community, the fish keeping community that gathers on the internet, not only supporting, but actually doing, taking the time to photograph or film, to paint, and then photographing and uploading. Thank you very much for your effort. And we got one more here. I got another one. Guppy Guru is here, also on the panel. I did not mention your name, sir, and I apologize. Guppy Guru has also got some special appreciation for the winner over there at Project Poecilia. I'm not going to steal anyone's thunder, but you want to go over there and see what else is cooking. I'm giving you the icing. I get to reveal the winners. Thank you very much. The panel said, hey, it was your idea in the beginning. And then everyone pitched in to make it what it was. I did have the spark. Fish Room Fever had the gasoline to throw on the fire. And then everybody else just piled on, just like the beautiful community we are. Well, I can offer this, I can do that. And before you know it, we're recognizing people in the community. Definitely a team effort. I think definitely a benefit to the hobby, and some special recognition for a few. I love this community. Thank you guys. You guys have a part. 37 of you here now. Couldn't do it without you. It's kind of about you. If we didn't have a group of people organizing, a group of people contributing creative content, and the group of people to see it, we wouldn't do any of this. If the stands were empty, so to speak, wouldn't be much point in doing it. So thank you very much for, I guess, making this possible to begin with. I'm happy to be an organizer on your behalf. I know all the others are that took part in Project Poecilia. And just so you know, spoiler alert, I think we're going to do something else. I think we're going to keep the ball rolling. Stay tuned. But right now, we've got another award to give. Award of recognition goes out for the best video submitted in Project Poecilia. And I'm going to give the River Life YouTube channel, that finger, is going to give this original painting as a gift for the best video submitted. It's titled Epiguppy. Epiguppy. Here's what it looks like. This goes to the winner of the best video, which was submitted by SirPrawnalot. So congratulations, SirPrawnalot. There you go. And again, you can go over to Project Pocilia on Facebook and see why all of these people are being recognized. That was 5 different categories. Each was pulled and surveyed, and one was pulled based on a high score from a panel of people. None were unanimous. It was very difficult to decide. And probably if you go over there, you'll choose different favorites than the panel chose. And if you do, please, by all means, reach out to the contributor and say, hey, good job. I really appreciated you sharing that. You know, give them a little gas in their tank with a thumbs up, a positive comment. Fishroom Fever, a moderator extraordinaire today. Thank you very much for being here, James. I think you're holding the show down all by yourself, and you're doing a great job posting that link for the Facebook group, Project Pocilia. Okay, yeah, we're going to show that. iSpike, Filmmaker Biker Live, says winners are grinners. That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay, we got Guppy Guru stating, it was so hard to judge. I love them all. That is a true story. Okay, so those were our winners of the recognition, gifts from the River Life YouTube channel, and others. We got people donating stuff to recognize these people that are willing to share with our community. I want you to go over to the Project Pocilia Facebook group and learn all about it. This is the icing. Learn about the whole project from the ground up. There are benefits for you, not just these winners. These winners did this to entertain you, basically. So thank you for showing up. Thanks for letting us have your attention. So we had something to share while we're promoting the fish keeping hobby. During Project Poecilia, during this event, I actually started a new fish tub. I've been talking about it on the YouTube channel. I added 3 trios of guppies to my outdoor pond, which the tub pond, the patio pond, it's a tub, 35 gallons. I did a video concerning that as part of the Rachel O'Leary Scrapscape Challenge. Scaping something, aquascaping something with just scraps we had laying around due to not being able to get out of the house a lot, if you know what I mean. So that tub, it became scaped, and now it is stocked with guppies. And I pulled 3 trios of Tequila Sunrise guppies from the guppy stock that I raised. Guppies were born and raised in my fish room. I pulled all the ones that were Tequila Sunrise and put in the stock tank. Here's my idea. I want all of those males, the Tequila Sunrise males, to impregnate those Tequila Sunrise females. And then next week, that I did stock those last week. Next week, I'll give them a couple of weeks, you know, to get acquainted and do what they do. And then I'll add the rest, making it a true mutt guppy colony. So I should be able to pull some Tequila Sunrise guppies and extend the line of mutt guppies and just mix that gene pool and see what comes out. That said, I do have a trio of an unidentified blue-finned guppy. It's got light blue fins and kind of a dark black body, at least half the body. Looks like maybe it's a tuxedo hybrid of some type, but pretty stunning. I think I'm going to do a aquarium breeding project with a trio of those. May get a couple of the largest females with the blue fins that match those males, and introduce them to a 5-gallon aquarium for a week or so, and then remove the male, put the male in my colony population in the outdoor tub, and see if I can get any fry from the females. And if so, I'll remove the females and add them to the colony in the outdoor tub and raise the fry in the 5-gallon bucket. I like doing those kind of projects. If you haven't seen the 5-gallon bucket aquarium, check that out. The aquarium is pretty cool. Also, a gateway, an entry to our hobby. You know, anybody has a bucket. Yeah, and there's a couple of fish you can keep successfully in a bucket. And Pete Mang mentioned several things he used to do in a 5-gallon bucket. I never got over it. That was years ago. And I started, some of you have been following the channel for a long time. You remember the Octokoi, and the Octokoi was a 75-gallon Rubbermaid tub with 8 blue 5-gallon buckets around the front, and they all had bendy arm LED lights over them, clamp lights. And when you looked at it from the side profile, it looked like an octopus with all those 8 bendy arms. And it was a cool project, and I kept live bearers in each one and did some successful live bearer breeding in those. It was a lot of fun. And then as they had, I did have tubs, plural, outside. That was last summer, 2 summers ago, and had tubs outside at the river house. And as the fry were born, I'd take the adults out to the tub. They bred in the tubs as well. Man, that outdoor living, I can't remember a time that I didn't spawn fry with live bearers in an outdoor tub, from goodeids, you know, to guppies. Everyone enjoyed that outdoor life, as long as there was enough shade to keep the water temps cool. You can't cook the fish, can't let it get too hot. I always preferred partial shade when I couldn't get it. I kind of built up some partial shade and always had plants on the surface of the water, duckweed at least, maybe a small lily, something like that. So be careful if you're doing the outdoor tubs that you don't overheat the tub. You can do that one way, with shade. Let's see. Fishroom Fever has a comment here. Want some beautiful art of your own? Hit a River Life auction on Facebook. Yeah, River Life Art Facebook page is where we have art auctions. Each auction begins at $10. That includes free shipping in the United States. Anytime an auction goes up to $15, your piece of art includes a free easel for display. And we have a lot of fun over there. We have a lot of fun. I used to say, hey, you know, nobody gets hurt. We start at $10, bow out whenever you want to. But then I started, actually, several of you are really great River Life art collectors now. And I started offering stretched canvas, larger pieces. And gets a little more serious. But, you know, it's a voluntary program. Anybody can play. That's Fridays. Usually start around 12 to 12:30, and I'm kind of on an artist schedule over there. Like Friday, it was 1:30. I was negotiating a pond contract, which I gave priority over. I didn't schedule an auction on Friday. They do usually occur at that time. But I got a hold of my pond contractor on Friday. We struck up the conversation, just pushed through. So we're working a deal out so that we can have a River Life pond over here at Mountain Home, Tennessee. And I do have some koi, including the 2 award-winning koi from the Central Florida Koi Show, in a 300-gallon stock tank on the covered patio, and we're about to build them a very nice living quarter sunken into our backyard. We're going to do the pond thing. We're talking about some nice landscaping, a Japanese style garden. A word I used. I'm gonna have to pour some coffee here, or you're gonna hear my voice crack. Yeah, I should have been a barista. Maybe I was. I don't remember. Anyway. Yeah. So Jappalachian. That's the theme. Jappalachian. I've been doing some bonsai work for quite a while. Oh, I just saw my pen from the Central Florida Koi Show. No focus necessary. Just take my word for it. I've always appreciated the Japanese culture. I've been doing some bonsai. I have several videos. If you'd like to know how to bonsai, I've got a series of bonsai videos titled 5 Easy Steps. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Go watch the 5 Easy Steps. It's not the end of your bonsai journey. It's an excellent beginning. It's just a beginning. If you're a serious bonsai person, if I want to use the Japanese vernacular, don't be upset with me because I did a bonsai for the people. I know I left out a lot of steps. I'm just trying to introduce people to the wonderful world of bonsai, and you can do it. You can do it. I mean, Mike from Mass YouTube channel, Greg Jones YouTube channel had me on as a special guest on a live stream, and we made bonsai together live on the internet. I did one, he did one. Mike from Mass did bonsai last year. Now he's got him back on his deck again. Greg Jones did bonsai last year, kept him in his greenhouse. Now he's got him out again. So many people enjoyed that and shared it across their YouTube platform. I was kind of the bonsai guy there for a minute. I still am. It's just, it served its purpose. I was doing bonsai to decorate for this Jappalachian style, my little koi area. I had a little koi garden. It was just a 300-gallon stock tank, ugly as sin, Rubbermaid, black plastic, bends all over the place. But all of a sudden, when you build some very simple, very organic stands, wood and stone, I'm thinking nothing fancy, leftover materials, just the way the Japanese would do it, and then set a beautiful bonsai on top of it, you don't look at that ugly tub. Why in the world would your eye even want to go over there at the ugly tub? You look at the surface of the water and see the awesome koi, and you look to either side and then behind you, and then on the far left and the far right, and you're in a beautiful bonsai garden with koi, with 100-year-old Appalachian trees growing in a forest by the house. An absolutely stunning area. And that little 300-gallon tub, that was a big mess. You didn't even see it. So impressive. We've decided to incorporate that style, Jappalachian, fusion, Japanese style, Japanese plants, Japanese maple, trimmed and bonsaied and manicured junipers, dwarfed green evergreen trees. So this fusion fits so well together. I think like there's like a latitude similarity in the altitudes as they change between Japan and the Appalachian. So, you know, in Washington, D.C., they have that cherry blossom festival every year. All of those cherry trees were a gift from Japan to the United States. Now they're all around our nation's capital, and there's a national park just for them and a national festival just for them. They do really well here. So Jappalachians, what we're going for. I've got a bank that'll be a nice fit for a waterfall. I want mountain laurel. Oh, I love mountain laurel in a landscape. I want rhododendron. Okay. Now we're speaking to indigenous plants right here in the mountains of East Tennessee. I also want Japanese maple, bonsais, Japanese black pine as a backdrop, which is a stunning pine. It could be hit or miss if you're in a higher elevation as to whether or not it's not the high. It's not like a ponderosa pine out west. You just put it on top of the mountain and let it go. It could be a little touchy with some temperatures around here. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. We'll find out. But it grows in a very natural and ornamental way. It's very sparsely leaved. And they call it a black pine because the bark is very dark, black. And so you get these contorted trunk bends and limb bends. And then toward the end of the limbs, you get these needle pads, the greenery. and it looks like it's like maybe where topiary got the idea to be topiary. 100% natural. You don't have to put a wire on it. You don't have to bend it. It does its own thing, and it's pretty cool. So, and some hardwood trees that are indigenous to our area, I think, and large stone. Now, in your Japanese garden, you see a lot of stone. What's cool about that is in the Appalachian forest along the river, especially over in the Great Smoky Mountains, boulders, stone everywhere. It's gorgeous. So I've identified a resource that make these Tennessee mountain stones, moss-covered mountain stones, available for my hardscape. That'll be set in my backyard. I'm dreaming, but I'm revealing. You guys are seeing the dream. Never been seen before because I haven't shared it. Large garden stones, indigenous to my area, arranged in a way that's reminiscent of a Japanese garden. I can't wait to get my feet muddy in that project, get some footage, which may not be a lot of footage. I may be busy building stuff, you know. I may not get to document all of that like I want to and be a filmmaker. I might have to be a landscaper, hardscaper, pond digger kind of guy for a little while. Jessica Spade says, my big bonsai is a boxwood, about 3 foot tall and 50 years old. That's fantastic. Jessica, you know I'm going to ask you if you'd post a picture of that in the Community Tank Live Facebook group. And 39 people watching. If you guys aren't a part of that group yet, it's where we hang out just like we do here, only it's 24/7 cafe over there. Here we only get a couple of hours a week or so. So please do check out the Community Tank Live on Facebook, River Life Community Tank Live Facebook group. I'm requesting from Jessica Spade if she'll post a picture of, because I'm crazy about the bonsais. I want to see your boxwood. That's excellent bonsai material. 50 years old. Oh, I can only imagine. Let me see that boxwood. Jessica Spade also said, go to the National Bonsai Museum in DC. It's amazing. It sure is. As a matter of fact, my bonsai sensei was the former curator of that garden. His wife was from East Tennessee, and he retired back to East Tennessee. And this had a beautiful school that I was fortunate enough to be able to attend. Took several courses from him, kind of got my feet grounded, got my feet under me. And it was very, I won't say strict, but it was very traditional. It was, this is how you do it. And it was correct. If you've seen the gardens in DC, yep, okay. I get that. That certainly works. But I did dilute my training to share it with you guys. And when I went to my first class, let me share this with you. I wanted to go. I had a very limited budget to go. I had to mow extra yards and stuff to save my money. And back then it was $400 for the class. I wanted it so bad. I made the sacrifices necessary and I went. And what I missed about the class, it was fantastic in every way. But what I missed was I couldn't take a few of my friends with me. You know, not everyone could go. Not everyone was willing to make the sacrifice. And I missed that community, that social aspect. And so immediately after I started learning, and then I went to I saved and went to the next class and worked and saved and earned and went to the next class. And so I was also working on the sideline idea of how can I get my friends involved in this? You know, they've got little patio ponds and little preformed ponds in their backyard, and they like their little backyard habitat like I do. How can I get them involved in this? They're not gonna make that type of investment. They're not that into the Japanese culture yet, maybe. So I started doing workshops at art galleries. Art galleries would hire me to do bonsai workshops. So we could teach people the art of bonsai, and I could tell them about my fish hobby and how the two go hand in hand and how the cultures have always shared, especially a horticultural link. They've always been horticulturally associated for as long as I've been around, you know, and at least since they sent us the cherry trees over here that are now in our nation's capital. And even, you know, long before then, we've had similar climates in certain altitudes, and an appreciation for nature in different styles. And I love that fusion of the styles, the way that we connect to nature and natural surroundings. So after I did these workshops that were far more affordable, people had so much fun. I was ahead of my time. You guys now know you can go to the art, you go have a night at the art gallery, right? And an instructor will help you with the painting, and you can have wine and art. These little galleries are popping up. They're so much fun. I was doing that with bonsai years ago. And so I'd go to the art gallery and they'd call their people in. I would bring these plants. They'd pick out their plants. I'd teach them the 5 basic steps. Only then I wasn't so organized. I would just walk and talk and help people. We would have a good time. And then we do a class picture afterwards. Everyone had such a wonderful time. And it was the social element that was different than my experience. And so I started the YouTube channel and decided I'm going to decorate my little koi area with some bonsai, and I'm going to share it with YouTube. And if I would have said, here's the lockstep method, you would have been priced out, you know, at about the purchasing the right plant. So I broke it. I took it to the least common denominator. I found plants that will work well that you could go to the DIY store and buy for $10 or less. And then I showed you the 5 easy steps that you could do with a pair of scissors. No special tools. Get these scissors. Yeah, just scissors. And it was so much fun. It was so interactive. And then when other fellow YouTubers found out and they started wanting me to go over it with them, and they wanted to do it, then they wanted to do it live on the air. I thought, yeah, this is it. This is the link. This is how we bring community to bonsai. So if you're interested in any of that, if you'd like a nice little patio plant to go with your outdoor tubbing area, feel free to check out what became a series. I mean, I think there's 5 easy steps, okay? Doesn't include going to the store and buying the plant. I tell you which plant works really well. You get whatever you want. The 5 easy steps start when you have a piece of material in front of you and a pair of scissors in your hand. Okay? Then just go for it. Take off. And I'd say that because I really enjoy talking about it. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the result. I love inviting people into that part of my world. And don't get me wrong, the clicks on my videos make me feel good, but that's not why I've told you this long story. If you can't watch the replay, I bet you can tell I really enjoy talking about that. And I think you're going to enjoy that process also. I went, you know, you can tell I had my hair cut recently and I said, just cut it real good. It's been so long since I had a haircut. Give me a good haircut. Yeah, both. Jessica asked if I wire or clip and grow, both. Typically I wire if I'm introducing someone. I mean, I overwork the plant just, you know, from beginning to end, and encourage really good care and use like a non-bonsai soil, just a regular soil, get this guy, you know, into recovery. And I have about a 90% success rate. And then some other times if I'm not demonstrating, I love clip and grow. What's nature going to do? Here's what I want you to do. Can we work together? That's a great technique. But I love talking about this stuff. I do love the result. I think you'll love it. Worth a minute of our time for me to share that with you. And I didn't have that planned as a direction today, but I'm glad we took that turn. Thanks for coming along with me. 40 people watching now. Got another super chat. Oh my gosh, I'm so involved. I missed a super chat from Fishroom Fever, $2. That's a super sticker that says cool. It's the cool pair. Why? Bonsai. You know what that means? That means James is going to be trying the bonsai. And when he does, I want you to share me some pictures over there on the Community Tank Live Facebook group. Thank you, brother. And you've heard me say bonsai and bonsai, which is correct. They both are. Don't get on your own back. Hey, Bob Kaler, welcome. Good to see you. We've got another excellent moderator in the house now, along with the Zen Ginger. Hello, Zen Ginger. I appreciate you guys being here as moderators, and I certainly do appreciate your support as members of the River Life YouTube channel. We're talking about bonsai or bonsai. Yeah, don't get on your own back. Don't get tripped up. If you want to use the Japanese vernacular, if you want to put your Japanese accent on, you can say bonsai. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely fine. If I'm talking to a group of bonsai enthusiasts, I try to make sure I say bonsai. But if I'm having casual conversation, bonsai is the common vernacular. It's sometimes it's confused with what we would hear when someone jumped out of an airplane. Bonsai. Well, that's B-A-N, first three letters, and bonsai is B-O-N, bonsai. So roughly translated, it means a plant in a pot with a plant. And bonsai, Japanese vernacular, bonsai, people, especially in context, if you're talking about trees and decorating a koi garden, people aren't going to think you're talking about jumping out of an airplane. So in context, some people just need to be that person, that corrects the other person, the grammar police, if you will. And that's okay too. That's all right. I'm just telling you, basically it all comes down to preference. If I were giving a formal class, I would teach you the proper pronunciation of this word is bonsai. And if you messed up in the class and said bonsai, I would correct you. Bonsai. But that's just to make you familiar with the term you're not familiar with. You're familiar with bonsai. Let me introduce you to bonsai and why. And then as you go forward in life, use whichever pronunciation that makes you happy, your preference, because who's to say what is the right pronunciation? If you're in Japan, the vernacular is different. This is a funny story. This is meant to be humorous. A Japanese friend of mine who had he spoke good English, but he had that very strong Asian, brogue, the dialect. And I asked him what part of Japan he was from, and he, deadpan serious, said South Japan. And being a geography flunky, I had no idea what that meant. I know Tokyo. And he smiled and he said, "You can tell by my Southern accent." I thought that was hilarious. Being a gentleman from the South with a heavy Southern drawl, I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. But it just goes to illustrate my point that when you were talking about pronunciations, I mean, where are you? Is your pronunciation the only pronunciation in the world? And if you were from a different language, wouldn't you pronounce different sounds differently than people in other parts of the world with different languages? Don't get hung up. Move forward. Move forward. If you're saying the wrong word with the wrong meaning, help somebody out. Don't get hung up. These scientific names, same thing. Same thing. You study the ancient language, and somebody will say Aratus, somebody else will say Aratus. If you know what you're talking about in context, don't waste the breath and the energy. Just move forward. Is my style and recommendation for you to consider. I'm not going to spank you if you don't. That's just a consideration. Just putting it out there on the option of the buffet of options. 38 people still watching. Surprisingly, I mean, we're talking about now human language. Cheers. I digress. Jessica Spade says, "My Southern accent gets in the way of a lot of proper pronunciations, but I do try if it seems important to the other person." I am just going to show you what she said right here. Okay. Why? Because how considerate is that of Jessica Spade? That is, my friend, the definition of etiquette. Etiquette is putting the other's expectation ahead of your preference. Etiquette. We confuse etiquette with manners. Manners are the execution of etiquette, but etiquette is a choice of putting someone else's expectations ahead of your preferences. Good manners would be maybe, oh yeah, see, I get in trouble here. But anyway, not perhaps not burping at the dinner table out loud would be a good manner. Okay. It would become etiquette if you did that because you thought maybe not everyone at the table would be impressed with your burping prowess. So Jessica Spade said that she tries to use proper pronunciations if it seems important to the other person. That is community growth. That's what that is. That's the result of practicing etiquette, is community growth. And not only community growth, but unity versus separation. Oh, he burps at the table. I don't want him at my table. So I guess it's now we got a new preference. Are we going to be a separatist? Are we going to be a community member? Are we growing community? We're just being us. We don't care how it affects other people, which is okay. I know a lot of people like that. It's okay. But in my experience, this is one old man talking to you here, one old man on a microphone. I've never written a book or anything like that, but I'll tell you, my experience is if we invest a little effort in etiquette and community building, the reward is much higher than if we would not have. And the case in point here is when we gather a group of like-minded people sharing resources, there's more for everybody. Knowledge, social opportunity, recognition, gifts, projects, opportunities. Okay. It's just more and better in that community. Now, I'm old and I haven't always felt this way. I'm telling you where I am right now. If you look at my past, you would have said, boy, young Grack wouldn't have said that. True. And it cost him. Who knows how much beautifulness in my life I missed. This is where I'm tracking. I'm looking for happiness and beautifulness and wonderfulment. And then not only having those things like a selfish collector, but sharing them in every way I know how. Eyeball to eyeball, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. However, I can join a social group and share anything that I have that you might want. It's out. Am I offended if you don't do it? No, not really. It doesn't offend me. I wouldn't even say my feelings are even hurt. I mean, I guess the closest to that would be offering you a piece of art. You know, hey, I worked on this. Anybody want to make a bid on it? And then no one does. It's like, that doesn't really pain me. It's like, I wonder what I saw in that everyone else didn't. But other than that, other than a direct, what do you call that? Rejection? Mild rejection. Yeah. It's much better to have someone to ask than to not have someone to ask. That loneliness is for the birds, and I like birds. Deep fried apple pie in my eye is in the house. Oh, yeah. The mission objective of the grammar police is real. Yeah. Oh, we went there. Beta or beta. Yeah, or both. Well, I'll tell you what, right now for me, it's beta, but the majority of my life, it was beta. So I flipped. I changed. I could change back. I don't care. I don't care what you say. You say what you want to. I think sometimes now it's so contentious. Some people say one or the other like they usually don't just to get the argument started. And that's okay too. We don't care. Goldfish is a goldfish, though. I'll say that. All right. 38 people still watching. It's 12:24. Do we have someone following? Let's see. We sure do. Thank you. The Zen Ginger's got a link in here. Monday Fun Day with Pet Tech. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, we got a special event in the world happening right now. Fish Room Fever is hosting the Pet Tech. What is that guy, like 50,000 subscribers or something now? He's a genius with the camera, worked as a professional photographer before he went into YouTube. Certainly instrumental in helping the River Life channel get off the ground. It was one of the first contacts I made. Since then, he's given me studio lights. He's given me aquariums, projects, props from his channel. And that was just such a good introduction, such a good example of joining the YouTube community. And now I want to do the same things. I've given away lights. I've given away props. I've got things lined up, you know, to pass along to others for their benefit. Absolutely the way to do it. Share. Just share it out there. So good. We got Monday Fun Day coming up immediately following this stream. James is over there right now preparing, I'm sure. Alexander Maxick in the house. Hello. Have you ever made your own aquarium plant fertilizer? Yes, I have, with varying degrees of success. And I don't do that anymore. I don't have to. I don't need to. So many people have perfected it. It's so readily available. No need. I recently tried a homemade, one of the Osmocote capsules and a gel cap, bury it, and it slow releases in the substrate. And I used a premium substrate that was more of a, it was a larger millimeter pellet. And the Osmocote escaped into the water column, and I had a horrible problem with ammonia. Womp womp. So, I mean, it was like 95% water change, 95% water change, and then it was tear down, remove substrate, start over. It was bad. It was. So some people use those things, not a problem ever. It's fantastic. Did not work out for me. And so now I'm searching for, I guess I didn't want to do it in a way that was good for that type of fertilizer. So I just changed the way that I use fertilizers. And now I use fertilizers that don't cause that problem. My voice is getting scratchy. It must be getting close to time. 41 people here. I want us all to go over to Fish Room Fever. That's coffee you hear pouring. Yeah. We want to go see Fish Room Fever. He's hosting Pec Tech today. It's going to be a great show. I bet he talks more about Project Pocilia over there. It's 12:27. We got 3 minutes here, 41 watching. Jessica Spade, thank you so much for being highlighted with your comment there. We appreciate you playing along with the River Life channel each and every time. Let's recognize and show off my art and my gift to these content creators on our way out. This is Epiguppy, goes out to the best video. SirPrawnalot is the winner of the best video recognition in Project Poecilia. Best art. This is Guppies. I'm going to make a mess. I had all this straightened out, and now I'm making a mess again. Chuck Harter was the winner of the best art. Chuck Harter, thank you. Loved that piece of art. We also had best picture or photograph. This title of this one is called Guplosion. And this goes to my friend Claire Pella for getting voted on by the panel of having the best photograph. Oh, and my friend Jesse at HC Aqua won the best in show. This is Guptastic. Guptastic painting going to Jesse at HC Aqua for the best in show. And then the River Life Award, most inspiring. This one's called Guppydelic. Guppydelic also going to Claire Pella. And it was for the photograph that also won Best Picture. Those are the ones we recognized of all of the contributions we had over at Project Pocilia. I want you to check it out on Facebook. Once you get over there on Facebook, let's hold off on that. Go listen to what Fish Room Fever has to say. I'm sure he'll talk about this coming up right now with Pec Tech on the Fish Room Fever YouTube channel. Let's go over there to James with the hashtag. Let him know we're coming from here. All 42 of us go over there and drop a hashtag that says hashtag bonsai, BONSAI, hashtag bonsai. And we're going to go over there right now. It's 12:29. He's firing up at 12:30 with Pec Tech. Hashtag bonsai. Thank you so much for being here. We went down a couple of rabbit holes today, but I had fun every minute. I hope you did. So glad you were here. I appreciate you guys. Let's go over there to Fish Room Fever. There's a link in the chat with hashtag bonsai. And until the next time, why don't you get out there and see it, love it, and live it?